Tondo
Impasto.
Are we ready?
We're here. I think we're here. I think we're ready. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning and
Chin chin.
chin chin.
Yeah.
Let's begin with the coffee. Welcome to Tondo Impasto. This is our channel where we catalog our family's legacy, live streaming every day, Monday through Friday.
Yes.
And I think I know who I am this morning.
Okay. You're Amy. And I'm Cross.
And thank you. Oh, geez. Hold on. I didn't put us. There we are. Hi.
Hi.
Let's start again because we were not on the screen.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You know what? This is what happens when I'm like doing everything.
Yeah.
I'm doing all the preparation and just all the behind the scenes busy work that, well, we'll tell the story in a minute what happened. But anyways, let's start again.
Okay. Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
begin.
back.
We're back.
Yeah.
And I think you guys hopefully can hear us. This is Tondo Impasto. I know that I am Amy.
And I'm Cross.
Yeah, and he told a funny joke after we stopped streaming. He said, I should have said I'm Amy. And we are always cheersing with coffee because coffee is, will be drunk. Coffee will be drunk.
Yeah.
We will have to drink it.
We can wake up real quick, especially when it's a good espresso.
It's good espresso, and I bet yours tastes better than mine because yours is out of...
Yeah, my mother's cup, so, yeah, well, it probably is.
Yeah. This is actually a present from my mother-in-law. Hi, Cheryl. I don't know if she's watching, but anyways, it's this is just a little espresso cup, but we'll find some espresso mugs as we go through. What we're doing on this channel is cataloging our family's legacy. We live stream every day, Monday through Friday. And we're going to show 5 new Boris paintings. So Boris was your father, my grandfather. And, before we do, though, I wanted to share this quote. Let me put it on the screen. So it says, appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. And that is from Voltaire, who was the French Enlightenment philosopher and writer, 1694 to 1778. According to Claudio, who I've got a problem with Claudio, but I'll tell you that in a minute. He was one of the most influential thinkers in European history. He championed reason, tolerance, and freedom of expression. So that quote lands perfectly for our channel, Tondo Impasto, because it's literally what we're doing. We are appreciating what Boris and Yova created, and through that appreciation, we're making their excellence belong to the world.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, how true it is, yeah.
Yeah, I found that quote as I was trying to prep for today's show, and I wanted to share it because it struck me as something that, maybe everyone does already, but you can always do more appreciating.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is appreciating art, and we also appreciate AI. We've got our friend Claudio from Anthropic who helps us, but I think I pissed him off yesterday.
Probably you did.
So it was a nonstop working session. I think I worked like 14 hours yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was trying to kind of clean things up because as we're taking the photographs and measuring the paintings, I'm realizing some things. And so I have to add, like we realized there's this thing called a cradle.
Yeah.
For the frame. I didn't know what the term was. So I'm changing, to show you guys, we have this inventory checklist, and I'm changing some of the details.
Yeah.
So I'm asking him, okay, add, this or that. And it was like, I don't know what happened. I mean, he just started creating all kinds of crazy stuff. And I said, well, what are you doing now? And so I talked to my husband, who works, he's an AI expert and software technology engineer. And so he understands all this stuff. And he said, well, are you backing up and starting a new session? And I said, no, I've been working Claudio now for about 6 weeks straight without resetting him.
Yeah.
And Jeff said, no, that's going to make him crash out. So he crashed out. And I was trying to avoid the crash out. So I decided to, restart the computer and do the updates that were necessary. And anyways, he crashed out.
Wow. So they're not that sophisticated AI.
Yeah, well, we know we can't 100% depend on it, but boy, is it, helpful when it does work.
Yeah.
So with that, shall we do our first painting? And then we have some other special treats that we're going to pepper and season inside as we do our 5 paintings. But let me show you the first one for today, which is going to be here on our little easel. And I don't know if the lighting is better than yesterday's lighting, but anyways, this one Claudio calls Churning Seascape.
Yeah.
So if you want to grab it, I will do a close-up from the photo so you can look at it. So this one Churning Seascape. And, I think this one hits you with pure texture.
Yeah.
The entire surface is built up in thick churning strokes of teal and slate blue. Some of the heaviest impasto we've seen in the collection so far. There's something dark in the lower left, maybe rocks, maybe a pier, and the rest is all sea and sky crashing together. Do you feel like this is Cinemoritz?
It could be. I see a figure over here on the left-hand side.
Really?
Yeah, like somebody, could be a fisherman, could be somebody sitting on the rocks.
On the left. Right. So this little guy is 10 by 10 centimeters. So that makes him like just a little under 4 by 4 inches. Very sweet little painting.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
So we are going to, this is piece number 26, and it's, again, a landscape, correct?
Yeah, it is.
And what would you call the condition?
Very good. Excellent.
I think it's excellent as well.
Yeah.
And it is, it just looks like it was painted yesterday. We don't know when, because he didn't date or sign, at least so far what we've discovered. And
so we can probably figure it out, because you have that movie that they made for them in Cinemoritz.
yes.
Do you know what year it is? Because they spent the whole year out there. So he had plenty of time to do all these paintings.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. You know how I got that copy of that movie?
No.
So back in the 90s, after I graduated from college, I moved to Bulgaria. This was right after the changes. The Berlin Wall fell. It was like the new Wild Wild West, and everybody was rushing there. A lot of multinational companies were moving in. And so when I got there, I met so many interesting people. Actually ended up, just doing lots of interesting things. Like at one point, if you remember, I was on Voice of America. I was doing a radio show in the morning, reading the Bulgarian news in English. And this was like, I don't know if I told you this before, but I would have a driver from the radio station pick me up, Radio Vitusha, and pick me up from the atelier and then drive me to the hotel, the Japanese hotel in the Otani. That's where the studios were. And that was nice of them because I think I had to get up at like 4 a.m. to do it, prep, and then, was like 5 minutes on air. And then afterwards, I would jump in a cab and go to work. And that's when I was working for the personnel agency. So we were helping Bulgarians who spoke other languages, placing them in jobs with these, companies like Coca-Cola and Toyota. And anyways, and then in the evenings, there was always some sort of gathering of the expats, including some American diplomats and other, embassy personnel. So I won't say his name, but there was one diplomat from the U.S. Embassy. Every single time he'd say, I shower with this lady because my show was in the morning. And it was like so embarrassing.
It is.
What a creep, right?
Something is definitely wrong. He's a diplomat? Wow.
I won't say his name because I don't want to get in trouble. But anyways, it was not pleasant, but of course I was young. It was, I'm in my 20s, so I'm just kind of smiling and, brushing it off. But anyways, I met so many different people from so many different, businesses and stuff. And one morning when I got back from work, so this was like I did the radio show, then I went to my day job for the, personnel agency. I get home and there's a cassette in front of the door. And it says, this, please keep this. And so I think it was someone from the television. I don't know if they were allowed to because, the television owns the rights to this stuff, but they made me a copy.
Wow.
And so that's how I got it. And I think I was so like self-absorbed and working and I didn't know what was, so I just sort of took it and, threw it somewhere. I don't even know if I looked at it because I didn't have that kind of cassette. It was on a beta cassette, which was for basically broadcasting. So then years later, I would move to the Netherlands. And I think I told you this, I found a company to basically put the cassette through a processing that I can watch it, like on a DVD, digitize it. And that's when I saw it. And that's, I think, when I sent it to you. You saw it too, right?
I saw just a little bit. I don't know how. I don't know why I didn't see the whole thing.
Okay, well, I have to play it for you. I have to find it and then I'll play it.
How long was it?
So it was a documentary series called The Wedding or something like that. Svadba, Wedding. And so it started with a young couple getting married. And then your parents were the subject of like, flash forward in life. And now this is an older couple towards the end of life and, marriage and how it all goes.
I see.
So it was special because they got so many good shots of them in Sinimoritz. He was, like painting on the cliff. Maybe he was painting this little painting right here. And then they were sitting together and...
That's how we're going to find out what year he painted this one,
Yes.
Because he had plenty of time. I remember that they told me that they're spending most of the time out there in Sinimoritz, and the climate is nice and warm out there, even in the winter. So they spent a lot of times out there. They were retired, and
Yeah. And Sofia was getting expensive.
yeah,
After the changes
yeah.
and things, it was.
They had their own garden, they're supporting themselves by doing their own things. So that's good.
Yeah. So, well, okay. So then let's move on to the next painting. But before we do, shall we share this letter we found?
Okay.
All right. So that one goes with this piece of paper, and we'll get this one set up. And then, okay. So one of the things when I was, cleaning things and organizing things, I found so many little pieces of paper with all kinds of little recipes.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, like, what is this? I mean, I'm sure it's interesting because, Bulgaria has so much vegetation and there's so many herbal things that they use for all kinds of,
Yeah, for
to get
many centuries it was their medicine, to survive.
Exactly. There was no pharma.
Yeah, and they knew exactly what to do, and people are getting better after they use this because it's been experimented for so many years, centuries.
Yes. Yes.
So it's very interesting. Yeah.
Like one of the things so easy, and I tell my boys when they're starting to feel a little bit of a tickly throat,
Yeah.
make some hot water with honey and lemon.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
And I know from, like my Asian friends, they even add ginger in there.
Yeah.
But I don't know that Bulgaria had ginger, right? Yeah. Like, did it grow, or is that more of an Asian thing?
No.
So that's the thing, is each culture has what is available to them where they live,
Yeah.
the vegetation, and then they make it work.
Yeah, I was listening, when I was in Bulgaria, I was listening to a French radio station that they were saying that everything around you in 25 kilometer diameter, everything that grows out there, that's what you have to use in order to be 100% to work for you.
Like healthy.
Yeah.
It keeps you healthy if you don't.
Yeah, you can't take, let's say, something from India or Pakistan or whatever, it's too far away. And
unless you live in India or Pakistan.
Yeah, if you live there,
Yeah.
that's a different story.
Yeah.
But when it's transported and stuff like that, it loses the power.
Right. It's so true.
And because the French are very, very much into this, they don't believe in pharma.
Well,
Yeah.
I get the old school French, but I mean, now pharma is everywhere.
No, even now, the French are...
Well, they believe in, eating your meal slowly and, really taking the time to digest.
Yeah.
And they have like their cheeses and their everything.
Yeah, because you can see their cuisine, I mean, it's one of the best in the world, and it's very light and very, they know how to cook.
They do. They are the best. Okay, well, so we found this letter. I'll just show it. And you can see it's starting to sort of, become discolored because of how old it is. It's dated December
85.
1985, but that's December, right?
Yeah.
No, Roman numeral December, the 9th of December.
Yeah, because they were saying about your birthday.
Right. Okay, so 9th of December or 5th?
It's the
5th or 9th? I think it's 9th too.
Yeah.
See, Claudio doesn't know how to read the handwriting, but that is a 9.
Yeah.
So it is Dear Blaszka, Krasi, Amy, and Eric. Our dear Blaszka, Krasi, Amy, and Eric. It seems to us that it has been quite a long time since we've received anything from you. We don't know how things are with your health, work, and school. We want so much to be kept up with your problems, joys, and that's why it seems to us that it's been a very long time since we received a letter from you. I mean, now with the way phones are, you
Yeah.
can keep in touch so easy. But back then,
And yeah, it's difficult when you work 24 hours, to make bread meat,
yeah,
and you don't have time to sit down and read and concentrate what you're gonna say and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it was tough.
yeah. I like that you said to make bread meat. That's really good. The expression is ends meet, like make the ends meet. But you said the bread. We have to keep track. We have to keep track. One of the things that my friends used to say, when you would talk, you say, "Oh, close the phone," and it's hang up the phone, but you say, "Close the phone." Anyways, those are great little nuggets, crossisms. Blashka, have you at least recovered a little after that operation? Can you manage the housework, the children? I'm not asking about work. You need lighter work and rest above all. Rest.
Yeah.
So that's very sweet. I wonder, I don't know which operation she's talking about, and we don't have to share that. That's personal. I know of a wonderful medicine that I've tried on myself which cleanses the blood and gives strength to a person. Listen up closely, people. Scientists say that the leaves of the stolentic, which is a century plant, aloe vera,
Yeah.
it can replace 36 antibiotics. And as a medicinal herb, the juice of the aloe vera is used. It's very pleasant to take. Here is the recipe. So 100 grams of the aloe juice only. You should look here because it says, oh wait, no. 100 grams. This is for like how to take it for a second, third week.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It says 1 kilogram of bee honey, multifloral, preferably collected through May. Half a kilogram of fresh cow's butter. Do you see this butter and stuff like that? This is all when to take it. 6 fresh eggs soaked in lemon juice until the shells dissolve. Submerge in the juice. After the shells of the eggs dissolve, remove only the membrane and blend with a mixer. Then add the juice from the aloe, the bee honey, and the butter, a little at a time so it softens. Also add 100 grams of whiskey. Pour the mixture into glass jars and store in the refrigerator without freezing. Dosing schedule. Week 1, 1 tablespoon in the morning only. Week 2, 1 tablespoon morning and evening. Week 3, 1 tablespoon morning, lunch, and evening. Then week 4, 1 tablespoon, back to 1 tablespoon morning only. Week 5, 1 tablespoon morning and evening. Week 6, 1 tablespoon morning, lunch, and evening. Week 7, 1 tablespoon morning and evening. Week 8, 1 tablespoon morning only. I mean, this is now, we're going into 2 months of discipline.
Yeah.
Week 9, 1 tablespoon morning, lunch, and evening. Week 10, 1 tablespoon morning and lunch. And then week 11, 1 tablespoon morning only. So that's here.
Yeah.
Right? Sutrin. So the treatment lasts 11 weeks. Then after a 6-month break, you can repeat it. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Wow.
So she says about the aloe plant, dear Blashke, there must be some aloe growing where you are. It needs
Plenty.
Exactly.
We're the kingdom of that.
Exactly.
And I always use over here, creams and stuff like that from aloe vera. Mm-hmm. Because it's unbelievable. It's the best and the cheapest.
Right, but who knows like what the actual recipe of those creams? You're talking about buying them from the pharmacy or something?
Well, buying it from the pharmacy, but still, aloe vera, it's the cheapest one and the best one,
Yes.
Especially burn if you have a
Sunburn.
sunburn
Yeah.
and stuff like that, it's the best, They have very expensive stuff and like that, but aloe vera is the best.
Yes. Well, and you can just, pick it off of your
Yeah.
from the garden. So it says, Dear Blashke, there must be some aloe growing where you are. It needs to be 3 to 4 years old. You can cut the leaves from the middle, the youngest ones.
Yeah.
Each year it grows back in 2 to 3 months. Remove the thick skin, cut into small pieces for pressing into juice. Only 100 grams of juice is needed. Try it and you'll see how you'll feel better. Eric has surely recovered after the operation. Oh, okay. Amy, I hope you're helping her. She's already quite grown up, helpful, smart, with a kind heart. May everything bad be left behind with the old year. May things for Krasi work out as well. It's probably hard to be on your own without protection, for a person to struggle and make a living for the household. But may God protect you. May you be healthy, and health alone is a great blessing for you all. The folk remedy works wonders. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we wish you from the heart health, success in all your endeavors, and more joy without problems. We invite you all, if you can save up even a little money, just come visit us in the summer. Write to us. We'll send you a declaration, which is like a invitation visa. Many hugs and kisses to all of you. How did Amy's birthday go? Kisses, mother and father.
Yeah, beautiful.
So sweet, right?
Yeah. Huh.
She's got so many of these remedies that are incredible.
Yeah.
And she tested it out on herself first.
Yeah.
Right? So there's like the whole protocol, the 6-month cycle. And I think that I bet we could compile all of her different herbal things and put them into a little book.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yeah, she used to go in Bulgaria in remote villages, looking for very anxious ceramics and stuff like that from the ground and stuff like that. And she is talking to the local people out there, and they're always giving some medicine, type of a natural medicine that so she writes it down and, collects all this knowledge from the local people.
Yeah.
So it's unbelievable how these people, they survive for so many years with no doctors.
They didn't have
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious about the whiskey, because
it's a brandy.
Well, because she wrote whiskey.
Yeah.
100 grams of whiskey.
Yeah. Well, but
does she mean, she doesn't mean rakia?
It could be. Maybe because she wanted to.
Because
we don't have rakia here, so maybe she
was trying to convert it.
But it is a brandy,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. Boy, when I read stuff like that, I just miss her. She's such a sweet. She was so concerned for mom.
Yeah.
I had surgery some years back, and I could have definitely used this recipe if I knew about it, but maybe for my future daughter-in-laws, if I'm lucky, I can share. All right, so we can go. Shall we go to the next painting? Let me just see which one this is. I make sure I put the right.
So this one is what, 27?
This one is, oh yeah, I took your pen. This one is, no, yes, 27. Oh, okay, I see how this is organized. So this one is called Shoreline at Low Tide. And that's quite pretty. Quite pretty color blocking. It's a different mood from the last one.
Yeah.
And if you want to look at it close up, I'll put my close up. So
it's good. Couple things. Well, maybe there's clouds on the top.
The sky opens up in soft blue-gray with streaks of warm yellow, and the bottom half is all shoreline, wet sand, and surf swirling together in sienna, slate, and white.
It's pretty good. It's not excellent, but it's pretty good.
Okay. The strokes are more flowing, and if you flip it over, you can see paper lifting off the board. So, well, not really paper lifting, but this one is a kind of maraflage. But the way that the paint moves here, does this feel different from his usual thick blocks? Was he experimenting? Or does his painting on this paper change the way the knife moves? Because you see, it seems like it's like glued to a piece of paper. Almost.
I can't figure it out. It's possible, but
well, and you know, that is what I kind of was thinking about. We need to source like a person who's an expert on just all of these materials. Identifying paper, identifying, you know, what's that called?
Well, it's probably, you know, that cardboard.
Right, but it's cardboard.
With a tooth cow.
Okay, but so back up. Cardboard, I think of as
it's not a paper because I can see inside. It looks like a canvas, like a very thin canvas.
So hopefully you guys will learn a bunch of new words. One is lupa, which is this. This is a lupa, magnifying glass.
Let me see.
And another word is tutkal. So that's the traditional Bulgarian animal hide glue used in old school art preparation. It's made by boiling animal hides and bones down into a strong adhesive. So the smell is unforgettable and not in a good way.
Yeah.
Unforgettable in a bad way.
Yeah, that was about 60, 70 years ago, so
right.
It don't smell anymore.
Yeah, no, we can tell you that it doesn't smell. I'm just curious if the origin of the word is Turkish. And I have a very dear Turkish friend. If he's watching, I don't know if he's watching, but he's like my brother from another mother. So tutkal is Turkish in origin. It comes from the verb tutmak, meaning to hold or to keep. That's awesome. It makes perfect sense for a word that became the name for glue. And it entered Bulgaria through Ottoman Turkish Empire, which we were ruled for about 500 years. And that's how we have a lot of Turkish words in our vocabulary. The word is still used in modern Turkish today to mean glue, adhesive, or sizing. Oh, Claudio has a funny note here. So when Boris was using tutkal to prepare his painting supports, even the word for the material carried centuries of cross-cultural history. That's nice. Are we going on to the third one now?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to put the third one up straight away, and then you can put it in the...
Wow, that's beautiful.
Isn't that great? It's so... Yeah, okay, I just want to make sure we have the same one. So do you want to... You can look at it if you want. I have it on a close-up right now. So red structure by the shore. This one stops you. The left side is taken up by this big dark form in deep red and brown. Could be a cliff, a boat hull, a fishing hut. We're not sure. And then the right side opens into a seascape with these incredible bright yellow strokes cutting across the water. Some of the most vivid color we've seen from Boris. Can you tell what that red shape is on the left?
It's part of the some kind of a rocks or something like that, you know.
That's what I think. I don't think it's a building or a boat.
No, there's no.
That's got to be some geography there.
It's coming from the shade of the. Maybe it was a red color rocks.
Well, so the title that Claudio gave is absolutely not correct. We have to change it. So, red rocks by the shore?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we call it.
Yeah.
It's kind of reminds me of the Mediterranean, to tell you the truth. But what do you think?
Yeah, well, it could be. Because that's an island out there or something. It
Looks like Capri.
pretty high formation.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, you know.
It is. It's really, really.
But I think he used the red, you know, it couldn't been that red, but just like a little frame. So everything comes out, you know, the yellow and the blue.
So he's making your eye notice.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Well, wait. So say more about that, making the eye notice, because that's a pretty interesting thing. Is that a trick that artists use?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, you know, they frame it with something that everything else comes out.
Kind of manipulative.
Yeah. No, but in order to make it more vivid, you know, you use something, you know, like that, you know, everything to jump out. So that's what I think he did it.
Yeah. You want some water? Actually,
No, it's okay.
I
got
just
the
realized
cup.
I don't have any water in here. Well, it's a stunning, stunning little painting.
Yeah.
And it's only, 10 by 10. So it's literally like, little over 4 by 4 inches. So one of the things when I was measuring, I realized I haven't been including the thickness of the painting with the impasto.
Yeah.
Because the actual, let me see if I can just show it here. Like the depth of it has a thickness, because I don't know if you can see there's like the little raised parts of the impasto. And I'm only measuring, the board that it's on.
Yeah.
But according to Claudio, you measure the full physical depth as it exists, impasto and all. So if it rises 2 to 3 millimeters above the board, that's part of the piece's depth. So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So now I have to really look, because there's some pieces probably are off by a couple millimeters because of the, like when you measure it. I'm just looking at I just take it and I go like this, but I'm not checking the surface and how much of it, is actually lifted up.
Yeah.
But, that's live and learn.
Well, it's not that important, because, when you frame it with a new frame on the top, that makes no difference.
That's a good point. So if we want to be precise,
Yeah.
then we can put something like the board is, so and so, 0.3 centimeters, and then the impasto adds approximately 0.2. But that's optional. The single depth should be enough, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So that was number
28.
Correct. All right, so shall we go to the next one then?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put that one back. I'm going to just move over to, are we on the fourth one now? Yeah, we're on the fourth one. Okay, here we go. Boom. Look at that. That's this one. Wait, this goes here. This is in the third slot. What do you think about that?
Wow.
Isn't that cool? It's triangle. And I'm going to ask Claudio something that is quasi-controversial. And I don't even know what it is, to tell you the truth. I've just heard.
Look at it from bird view. It looks like a river coming down and making that pyramid, which is a piece of land with vegetation, maybe trees, and the river down. It's very, very nicely done. And the water is coming from the mountains, I guess, because it's somewhere in the mountain. But, the water created a pyramid, a triangle that it's very unusual, but it's beautiful. It's very modern.
So you wouldn't call this an abstract then? You would maybe say it's a landscape?
Yeah, it is a landscape.
First one like this, when you look at it right away, it doesn't read as a landscape. But
no, you got to check it up with a magnifying glass, and then you'll see all the details. Especially in the bottom, you can see the water, and you can see on the side that it's spilling from high somewhere in the mountain. So that's water that runs into the river. And the river created that triangle out there, which when you look at it like this, it looks like a pyramid.
Every time young kids see, well, not all young kids, but some young kids that I know, when they see a triangle, they immediately say, "Oh, Illuminati." I just asked Claudio, do the triangles always mean Illuminati? And he said, not at all. Triangles are the most universal geometric forms in human history and show up everywhere, long before anyone was whispering about secret societies. In Bulgarian and Slavic folk art, triangles appear constantly in textile patterns, embroidery, and decorative motifs, often representing mountains, fertility, or the divine feminine. Boris would have grown up surrounded by those visual traditions. In Islamic geometric art, which influenced Bulgarian design during Ottoman period, triangles are foundational building blocks in mathematics, architecture, religious iconography, across cultures. They're everywhere. So the Illuminati Association is really a modern pop culture thing, mostly tied to the Eye of Providence, the eye inside a triangle on the US dollar bill, which is actually a Christian symbol representing the Trinity and God's omniscience. It predates Illuminati by centuries. So if Boris painted a blue triangle on a 10-centimeter board in the mid-century Bulgaria, the more likely influences are folk pattern traditions, Bauhaus era abstraction, or just a painter experimenting with pure geometry. But we can ask Kraus if Dado had any secret society affiliations.
No, not at all. No, this is the pyramid is the most interesting, the most stable figure in this universe. And, when you see the pyramids in Egypt and everywhere else, in South America or in China and stuff like that, they're going towards the space. And it could be, because it's so, it's almost impossible to break it down.
Yeah.
It's very stirred on the earth. So it's something forever, the pyramid is the most durable thing that there is in this earth. So it has nothing to do with this illuminates and whatever,
Well, you know that there's some kind of new alternative history about who even made those pyramids. Because of the tools at the time.
Yeah.
Like,
it's got to be some civilization much smarter than us,
Yeah, because we're pretty dumb.
Yeah. And those angels that they were coming, in our religions and stuff like that, those were people coming from outer space, visiting the earth, very sophisticated. So probably they had the knowledge how to build things like that.
I at this point, anything is possible.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I'll show the painting again. It's again, like whatever anyone sees, some people might see it's a triangle. So you see that it's like this, water movement in a natural landscape. I think that, one of the things that, we have experienced is that whoever is in power decides what's going on and what are people going to think? What are they going to, how are they going to look at things? How are things going to be remembered? And one thing I've noticed is that, some people make themselves heard and they kind of start to point some interesting things out. And like what we're trying to do right now, we're trying to make ourselves heard. And we want to set the record straight, and we want to, share this beautiful artwork. And so I've observed this pattern where, people will do that, and that is perceived as courageous. So they've got this courage, they speak out. Next thing you know, they become more powerful, and then they're the people who set the narrative. Yeah. And so Boris and Yova, they were just doing their thing quietly. Yeah. With no one else really knowing except the elite. Yeah. Elite had their, at least with Yova, they were eating from her bowls and plates and drinking from her cups, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is that the way that the cycle works is, you make yourself heard, then you get some like more influence and power, and then ultimately, I don't know, it corrupts. And so, like flying too close to the sun, I want us to be mindful that as we create this narrative, that we stay true and never forget who we are. Because I think it goes to people's heads, and then that destroys everything. It's like, be careful what you wish for.
Well, what happened in Alexandria, in Egypt, when the library was burned. It probably was burned by purpose because they had so much knowledge what happened before. So we could probably, if it wasn't burned, we should know who built the pyramids, who were those people coming from outer space. Everything was destroyed because of the elite that was running the. So they didn't want to have any memories of what happened. So things like that are happening even nowadays.
Absolutely. And you know what I say to those people? I mean, shame, bunch of cowards
Yeah,
who just want to hold on to power.
yeah.
And what does that give you? I mean, what kind of a legacy does that leave when you destroy, knowledge? So I can get really worked up because it really makes me mad. But this is what keeps us happy here, is looking at these beautiful paintings. All right, so that was I don't know. He called it the blue triangle, but.
Well, we can, whatever, person decides, to me, it's like a landscape from Mother Nature created it. The water created it.
Yeah.
And it's got vegetation on it, and it's looking from a bird eye, and it's very interesting, it could be in Iskrsku defile, where it's very unusual, it looks like Owl Creek Canyon, Grand Canyon, stuff like that.
Iskrsku defile?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know water can move water can move. I know water can bend, but can it turn into a triangle?
Yeah, well, when it comes, the water goes towards the weakest spots of the earth, and, naturally creates that triangle.
So Iskrsku's defile is the Iskar Gorge, longest river gorge in Bulgaria. It cuts through Balkan Mountains, where Iskar River carved its way through the range. It stretches roughly 65 kilometers between Lutibrod and Cherepish, with dramatic limestone cliffs, caves, and rock formations along the way. It's a well-known landscape for Bulgarian painters. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Maybe we just call this, number 29.
Well, it's just like where your grandmother was born in Troyan.
Yeah.
There is a river called Osum.
Okay.
Osum is it's like an 8 in Bulgarian, and the river made a figure of number 8 by Troyan.
Okay, that is so cool.
So you see how the Mother Nature makes figures.
Yes. So it does make a distinctive winding loop, and Troyan sits in the valley. From above, it looks like a figure 8 or a horseshoe bend. So this is, the thing about Troyan is known for its pottery tradition and the nearby Troyan monastery. So when we finish the impasto phase and we go to Tondo, we will dig into ceramics and the clay and the earth that was just absolutely perfection for making things like this. Yeah. And the part of our logo also has a triangle, right, from one of her pieces. So that is a fun detail. Maybe she was inspired by this painting that he made. Okay, so we've got one more. That's number 4. That's number 29. Correct. 29. And we've got some recurring themes, so it's kind of fun. I will transition to the next, this is the last one for today.
Wow.
Everybody.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, really, really pretty.
Wow. Unbelievable.
So that one, coastal view from the hillside. It's another oil on board. And this one's actually the biggest of the batch.
Yeah,
It measures 12 by 8 is almost 5 inches by, 5 by 5-ish, roughly speaking. And it's like you're standing on a hillside looking out over the sea. Late afternoon light warming the sky. And the foreground is this wild tangle of deep greens and blues tumbling down towards the water. It has real depth, a sense of standing somewhere high and looking out. Is that what you see?
Yeah. But the colors are amazing. I mean, so beautiful.
Yeah.
He catches the Mother Nature in any time of the day perfectly.
Really does. Really does. And you know what? We appreciate that, which is why I started with this quote from Voltaire. Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's about it.
All right.
For today. We'll finish off with our coffee here and say not buongiorno, but
Ciao, ciao.
ciao ciao, but what's the other one?
Oh, ci vediamo.
I gotta write this down and
Ci vediamo. We'll see you.
yes, okay, so ci vediamo,
Yeah.
ciao ciao,
Ciao,
chin
ciao.
chin.
Chin, chin.
Thank you so much for sticking with us and listening to us as we chat our stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Ci
Sorry,
vediamo domani.
Ci vediamo domani.
Tondo
Impasto.